Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Woodbine Racetrack here on Sunday. It is September the 16th, 2018. I'm going to look at all the stakes races on today's program from Woodbine, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. We're going to look at the stakes races on tonight's program from Woodbine, races 4, 7, and 9. Races 4, 7, and 9. The fourth race from Woodbine, it's Device Regent Stakes. Purse $100,000. This race is for 3-year-olds here. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters with a distance of ground of 1 mile on the E.P. Taylor turf course. 1,600, 1 mile. And I show the diagram, just gives me a second to look down at my notes, just bear with me. My top selection here, I like the 6-horse Eskinminzin, hopefully I said that right. I'm going to go 6-3-4 in the tricast of the trifecta. 6-3-4, tricast, trifecta. Top selection, the 6-horse Eskinminzin, 3-year-old colt by Cold Harbor here. Rafael Hernandez gets leg up. The horse's most recent outing came the 18th of August at Woodbine, a mile and a half on the E.P. Taylor lawn and the Breeder Stakes, the final leg of the Canadian Triple Crown. This horse just didn't stay the distance. He finished 4th by 9.5 lengths. He stalked early on after setting the pace, but then he just, he just hit the wall. It wasn't the day to win. Before that, at Fort Erie, the 24th of July, mile 3/16 on the sloppy dirt in the Prince of Wales, the horse finished 4th by 32.25 lengths there, and again was wide and just didn't show up. It wasn't the day to win. And then the bold ruckus here at Woodbine, yielding ground 6 furlongs, June the 24th. Horse won by 3/4 length. Didn't break all that well, but had a great final quarter of a mile to take off. A very good race there. And then before that at Woodbine, last time routing on the lawn, 1 mile Ops 40 claimer. He finished 4th by 6 lengths. He had a little traffic trouble, which probably cost him a few positions at the end. If he didn't have the traffic and you have to check a few times, he could have won. But I think coming back, the cutback of 4 furlongs back to a mile today, it should really be to his liking. He's been training well since the last race. Watch out for him to run a big one at 6-1. So to recap my selections for the fourth from Woodbine, it's Device Regent Stakes. Gonna go with the 6-horse Eskinminzin as the top selection. Gonna go 6-3-4 in the tricast of the trifecta. So now to get on to race number 7. The 7th from Woodbine, it's the Grade 1 Natalma Stakes. Grade 1 race going for a purse of $250,000. This race is for 2-year-old fillies here. Field of 15 horses, but the 15 isn't also eligible, so only 14 could go on the lawn. The distance of ground again of 1,600 meters with a distance of ground of 1 mile on the E.P. Taylor lawn, the turf course. 1,600, 1 mile. Top selection here. I like the number 8 horse, the 8-horse My Gal Betty. Gonna go 8-3-13 in the tricast of the trifecta. 8-3-13 tricast trifecta. Top selection, 8-horse My Gal Betty. 2-year-old filly by point of entry. Rafael Hernandez is on this one for Roger Atfield. The horse's most recent outing came the 25th of August, a few weeks ago now here at Woodbine. About 6 furlongs on the lawn in the Catch a Glimpse Stakes. The local preparation for this race. This horse took off clear, won by 4.5 lengths. Sat back early, a little wide around the turn, but just had a great turn of foot. It was a really good race first time on turf. Before that at Woodbine on the Tapita, 5.5 furlongs, July the 7th in the My Deer Stakes. The horse won by a head, but because he didn't keep a straight course and interfered with the horse, he was placed third through a disqualification, which was the right thing because he did kind of interfere, and it was a small length of victory at the end, which, he shouldn't have won that day, but right call for the stewards there. And then before that, this horse ran the 20th of May at Woodbine, 4.5 furlongs on the Tapita in a main special weight, 66,000. Horse won by 4 lengths, on the lead almost all throughout, didn't even get the whip. It was a very good, easy victory there. His last turf race was very good. I like his running style, maybe single mid-pack here. 4-1, watch out for him to run a big one. I think a horse that you could possibly use on your multi-race tickets would be the 3-horse Chicas Amigas. This 2-year-old filly by Dragon Pulse. Ocean Murphy gets the leg up. Ocean Murphy had a great weekend so far in Ireland. He won his first Irish Group 1, which was the Irish Champions yesterday for John Gosden with Roaring Lion. So hopefully he keeps the momentum going because he could maybe get his first Canadian Group 1 victory here. But this horse's most recent outing Chicas Amigas, came at the Cur in Ireland, 6th of August, 6 furlongs in the just a basic allowance race. He won by a nose there, almost on lead all throughout until the stretch run when this horse got overtaken, but fought back at the end. A really good comeback victory there. It was an improvement off the race before, which came at Newmarket, 6 furlongs in the Group 2 Duchess of Cambridge, where this horse finished 6th by 15 lengths. Just really didn't show up. It wasn't the day to win. By the way, that's the same race Frankie Dettori managed to get a 10-day ban because he interfered with that day. Who was riding Angel's Hideaway and interfered with a really good horse. Go watch the replay, you understand what I mean. And then before that, this horse ran at Royal Ascot, 6 furlongs in the Group 3 Albany Stakes. Horse finished 7th by 5 1/4 lengths. Never really got the good closing kick. Kind of weakened out of it. Wasn't the day to win. But I think today, sitting a little bit closer on this turf course, getting the mile, I think this horse should really run well. I'll definitely use this horse in the multi-race wager. But to recap my selection for the 7th from Woodbine, it's the Grade 1 Natama. Top selection, I'm going to use the 8-horse My Gal Betty. I'll also use the 3-horse Chicas Amigas in the multi-race. I'll go 8-3. 13 in the TriCast trifecta, 8-3-13. So now let's get on to race number 9. We're going to head over to race number 9 from Woodbine now, which is the Summer Stakes. Grade 1, purse $250,000. This race is for 2-year-olds here, filled of 13 horses, going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters with a distance of ground of 1 mile on the E.P. Taylor turf course. 1,600, 1 mile. Top selection here, I like the number 11 horse, the 11 horse Tricky Magician. Gonna go 11-3-6 in the TriCast of the trifecta. 11-3-6 TriCast trifecta. Top selection, the 11 horse Tricky Magician. 2-year-old Colt My Magician here. John Velasquez gets leg up for Marcassi. The horse's most recent outing came the 26th of August here at Woodbine. About 6 furlongs on the grass in the Soar Free Stakes. The horse finished second by 1 3/4 lengths there behind Wallace, who's running back in this one. This horse just was a little bit wide and he just couldn't get the good closing kick. I do think the 6 furlong trip was probably a little bit too short. I think the mile, and probably even towards the future, the mile, a quarter, mile and a half, it should be to his liking. But mile today, he should really do well. Before that, he ran here at Woodbine the 4th of August. 6 furlongs, firm ground, and main special weight for 60,000. The horse finished second by a head. He set the pace most of the race. He got caught right at the wire, but he ran his heart out there after some quick fractions. And then before that at Woodbine, 5 furlongs on the Tapita and a main special weight 72,000. Horse finished third by 5.5 lengths. Again, he was closing up a little bit at the end after setting the pace, but it wasn't enough to win. He needed the race since it was his first outing. I think today, getting the mile trip, he should really like it, and John Velasquez up should really help this one also. So watch out for this one here today. So to recap my selections for the 9th from Woodbine, it's the Grade 1 Summer Stakes. Gonna go with the 11 horse Tricky Magician as top selection. Gonna go 11-3-6 in the TriCast of the trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.